All right. Keep quiet here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to... I don't know if it's the last stream for this year. No, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be the last one. I know one more is definitely coming that I haven't announced yet, and I cannot do so. Anyway, hello, everyone. How are you doing? And welcome. Today is quite a biggie in many regards. SONOKINETIC have finally released their string library that they have been working on for, I guess, the last 24 years. It's finally out, and let me switch over here so we can see what's going on. Welcome to the madness. We have quite a lot to cover in terms of ground here. Year of the strings for sure, Airsick Titan, you name it. I mean, 2021, at least the last quarter of 2021, seems to be very string heavy. I think last year was very brass heavy, so now we're back to strings. So anyway, let's dive straight in without any further ado. I just want to quickly showcase what we're dealing with today. So, SONOKINETIC classical orchestral Divisi strings. And let me just post the link in the chat as well so you have access to that. It was released a few days ago. You can right now get it for 199 euros. I repeat, 199 euros for a fully fledged 5-piece ensemble string Divisi library covering all core articulations. The regular price is 333 euros, so you can snag it for 199 for the next 2.5 days, pretty much. This is pretty dope. Just the price point for a fully fledged string library. But they also released their Sordino strings with their 12 Days of Christmas. There were, I think, 1,500 free licenses available, and right now it is 74 euros. And this is not as extensive as the full library, but we will cover that during the stream. So let me just quickly put down the link here as well. And the guys from SONOKINETIC have been incredibly generous for tonight as well. So we have a huge, and I mean huge, giveaway, because we have 4 possible winners today. We have a full version of the orchestral strings to give away today, and 3 versions of the Sordino strings. So you definitely want to make sure that you put your 3 crosses underneath that Facebook post I just posted there, because today we will, as usual, use our trusty comment picker. Well, technically, let's use the business one. And I am going to select my Facebook post. As you can see, leave a comment below for today's giveaway of SONOKINETIC. And I will filter out duplicate users, so it doesn't really matter if you comment 10 or 1 time. It will only be counted as 1 comment. And right now we're looking at 29 comments. That is right now pretty good chance to grab one of the 4 giveaways. Anyway, let's jump straight in, because talking hasn't helped anyone so far. We need to hear and listen and see, right? So let's dive in. Comes as a contact player library. So you don't need the full version of the contact player if you don't have it. And just want to quickly check. I didn't even see. Yeah, it's nearly 100 gigabytes, so it's quite a beast. But that makes sense when you consider the amount of content that is in there. We have 5 sections, like I mentioned in the beginning: violins 1, 2, violas, cello, basses, and we have mix patches for these. There has been a hiccup in the initial release where the cello mix patch was missing. I got this sent by SONOKINETIC manually. It will be fixed in the upcoming update that everyone can have access to that. Meanwhile, if you cannot wait, I have heard that you can also write to the support and get it sent manually. But otherwise, in a few days, there will be an update already, which will include the cello mix patch. And on the Sordino strings side, we don't have as much content. Just quickly checking here, we are looking at close to 30 gigabytes of content. Violins 1, 2, violas, cello, basses, Sordino, and also the mix patches. We will take a closer look at these in a little bit. Let's close that for now and load the violins. Contrary to my last string stream, that is kind of a tongue breaker there, string stream. I made sure that this time we have no other effects or anything in between. So right now the sound you hear is dry out of the box with no any additional processing whatsoever. Cheers! So let's come in and find out. This is what the violins sound like when you load them first. That is monophonic, so to say, but you can also play polyphonically. And the cool thing is, this is an auto divisi library. If you're not familiar with the term divisi, when you, for example, have a first violin section with 12 strings, you can, in orchestration and in creating the music, you can not only use all 12 players for the same thing, but you can also divide the section, for example, into 8 and 4 or 7 and 5. So you have the possibility to create polyphonic melodies within the same section. And if you do that with a regular string patch and you play polyphonically, you possibly end up with 24 instead of 12 players, which is a different sound. And this library offers true divisi that automatically distributes the voice load to the two divisi sections we have. It's very hard to see it's a little bit hard to see. There is A and B, and if we click on the SONOKINETIC icon down here, there comes a menu where you can set up either only use divisi A. Let's quickly listen to what that sounds like. And divisi B. Which gets pretty close to a chamber string sound because of the lesser player count in the section. And auto distributes the load onto both sections. So when you play monophonic, you get all the players from the section. And when you play polyphonically, then it separates into both sections automatically. So that's pretty cool. We'll take a look at the menu in a little more. Let's first quickly jump through the included articulations. So we And they have a pretty clever key switching system. Maybe I should explain that beforehand as well. You see these letters behind these boxes, C, D, E, F, G, A. So in the lower range here, C0 to A0, you switch to these boxes. So you can access the, oops, what did I do? Play. I think I hit another key switch down here. Yeah, okay, these key switches are for these three. We come to that. So C to A0 switches between the boxes, and the black keys above them switch between the individual articulations in each box. So it's like a two combined two key switches combined to access the articulations. Pretty clever in my opinion, so you don't end up with all the keys laid out. But if you hit C0 and C#0, you jump to straight, as you can see here, which is the sustain without vibrato. And by the way, you can technically also play more than two voices. You could also play chord. Although I cannot tell how the voices are distributed, obviously one of the two sections gets doubled if you play more than two notes, because it doesn't split into three Divisi sections, right? So, the straight, then on the E flat 0, we have the expressive, which is con vibrato. Also, when you listen to the tails of the strings, you can hear the room and the players. I think that's pretty cool overall. The sound is great. It's not too clean. It still has a lot of life in it, and a little movement and rustling in the releases. Like breath noises and stuff like that. It's very subtle, but it helps, in my opinion, with the realism if the library is not too clean. Next one is Soltasto. And this, as far as I remember, is non-legato. No, it is legato. Wow. As of now, there is no full string ensemble articulation, that's right. But that's a plan for a future update, as far as I know. Next, we have Sol Ponticello, which means more played close to the bridge to get a more aggressive sound out of the strings. More brittle. Not British, brittle. And last but not least, in this box, we have Harmonics. Yes, you can bend by a half tone, but why would you want to do that? Very, very nice, these harmonics. So if we want to access the marcatos, we hit the D0 down here, and then the C# again to get the first articulation, which is straight marcato, so sans vibrato. And just to compare the normal sustain expressive and the marcato expressive. So marcato means you have that stronger attack on the note to get more John Williams type, Harrison Ford, what's his name? Indiana Jones type. And then we have these in shorts. Mid. And long. And the straight and expressive are sustained indefinitely. Infinitely. Tinuvian, no. Since the drawing is completely random, I encourage people, to explain that if people have won like last week or the week before a library, I highly encourage them to not enter again like in the next same week. But overall, it is a random selection. So there's, it doesn't really matter. And if the random selection points at you again, all good to you, you know? And especially today where we have a quadruple giveaway thanks to SONOKINETIC. So I think you're fine. Cheers to that. The only thing that I want to clear with you guys and girls in the end is if we do the 3 sardinos first and the orchestral strings last, or the orchestral strings first and the 3 sardinos last. Or maybe 2 sardinos, then the main strings, and then the sardinos again. Kind of like that, right? So I'm not really sure how we do that. Need your input on that. So leave a comment in the chat how you guys want to make that happen. Marcatos, long, last but not least. Then we come to the shorts, which is key switch E0 down here, and same thing again, the black keys switch between the articulations. And you can also see green are the key switches, purple means this key is selected, so you not only see it in the interface, but you also have a visual reference on the interface here, especially even more cool when you use complete control, so you have the lighting guide on the keyboard if you happen to have a complete control keyboard. I want to point out again that this is the very dry sound out of the box. So, especially on the shorts, you hear a little bit of reverb. That is the actual hall it's recorded in. We will talk about mic positions in a little bit. But if you listen to the tail, this is no artificial reverb. This is really from the room. There is no F on violins. One thing that blew me away when I tried that the first time, when you play fast lines on the spiccatos, that already sounds pretty great. But if you hit down the sustain pedal, watch what happens, or better, listen what happens. So without, Activating sustain. So it adds a slurred legato for fast lines in the spiccatos, which is amazing. I've never heard a library doing that like that and as good. That sounds amazing. Without the sustain? That's still cool if you need that attack and that bite on these like fast lines, but it sounds more natural with the sustain pedal down. Very cool. So, and we not only have staccatos as spiccatos. One thing that I personally don't really like, and I hope that they are going to update that. Right now, the spiccatos or the short articulations are bound to the mod wheel as well. So you do have velocity control. But if the mod wheel is down, you have nearly no control over the shorts. So I personally don't like that. I like to have my shorts only controlled by velocity, so I can make sure when I switch to a short, it doesn't matter which position my mod wheel is in, especially when you use the articulation in the same patch. Let's imagine you come from a legato transition where you fade the mod wheel all the way down. And then you switch to spiccato and want to hit them hard. And it doesn't happen because the mod wheel is down. So you need to bring the mod wheel up to get them to full volume. And this is not controllable right now, so I cannot turn that off. So I really hope that this is going to be fixed with an update, that there is a way to choose how you want to have it. So the spiccatos, then we have next in line, we have the Staccatissimo. I play the spiccato again so you get the difference. That's the spiccatos. That's the Staccatissimo. If you watch here, you can see which key is selected, or down here as well. So just changing between spiccato and Staccatissimo. Is this chamber size with Divisi or symphonic size with Divisi? For that, we consult the website, because I forgot the actual string size. Where was it? Where was it? Support menu technical overview. That's the technical overview. There, I know that there is the information on the website somewhere here with the amount of players. Here. 16 violins, 12 violins, 2, 10 violas, 10 celli, and 8 basses. I would consider that symphonic size. And yes, this is smart DVC. So you just play 2 notes at the same time and you get auto DVC. Emerize, right now, the library costs 199 euros. Plus VAT if you're in Europe, somewhere else. Which is an absolute steal for that amount of content, in my opinion. But I may be biased because, of course, they send it to me. But I also love the tone, so I have to admit that. Staccato. But Emerize, the 199 is also because of their Christmas sale. So the regular price is 333, I guess. Let me go back to the, and I also posted the links below the video and in the chat. 333 after 2 days, 2.5 days. So yeah, it's the next 2 days are the best time to grab this library, actually, if you don't win it tonight. Hey, Kotka. Back to topic. Last in line, Pizzicato. Very cool. We look at the F layer in a little bit. First, let's look at the, and you can see it's a different color because that has some other functionality. So let's look at the special articulations here, tremolos. Can you turn up the strings? Yeah, sure. That's another thing that I have found is, you're right, that the patches overall are relatively quiet. They are not as loud as other libraries out there, which I personally like because I don't like hitting the red on my master immediately when I load up a patch. But for the sake of showcasing the strings, I agree with that. We should turn them up a little. And there is no legato on these articulations. We have tremolo sul ponticello as well. So the next horror cue is yours. And we have minor trills. And major. And last but not least, we have on A0, we have Bartok Pizzicato. And Colegno. That's very quiet. That is when they hit the string with the backside of the bow, so with the wood, pretty much. I know that this is kind of how it appears in nature. Colegno is pretty quiet. But for me, it is quiet because the mod wheel was down. We were talking about that before. The Bartok sounds really, really good. Hey, Javier. So that is the basic rundown of the included articulations. Let's quickly go back to the Spiccato patch here. Because I like Spiccato patches to check out the mic positions. But first, one thing to notice, if you look at the tune knob, it's set to 0.06. That is because the library is set to 442 Hertz. You can remedy that by just clicking and dragging the number and bringing that down to 440. My guess is, I was wondering why is that not set to 440 from the get-go, but all the orchestral phrase-based library are actually recorded 442. And you can tune them to 440 by bringing the tune knob down minus 0.06. But so I guess that's the reasoning behind having the strings in 442 as well. But if you are very sensitive with your hearing, I would recommend to bring that down to 440 to avoid any pitch influence with all the other instruments. So let's close that again. And the mic positions are accessible through this little icon down here. And as I mentioned, we have the Violins 1, which I just loaded, which gives you access to the different mics. And then we also have the Violins 1 mix, which does not have mic positions, obviously, because it's a mix down. We will listen to that in a second as well. But let's check out the mixes. So right now we only have loaded the Decca. Okay, then we have, I should not forget to mention that right now with just one mic position, the library takes 1.8 gigabytes of RAM as it is right now. One thing I would have to consult the menu for that. What I did not find yet is the possibility to deactivate individual articulations. Say I want to create multiple patches with, for example, just the shorts or just the sustains, just the tremolos, etc. I haven't found that. I don't know if it's available or not, but so far I haven't seen any possibility to purge unused articulations. So I remember Cinematic Studio Strings, you just hit Alt and click the cell and then it unloads. Doesn't seem to be the case here. Which means if we add more mic positions, obviously this doubles, triples, or even quadruples in terms of RAM load. So be aware of that. Maybe that's also something that can be brought in further down the line to deactivate individual articulations. So we have the Decca tree. Oops, shorts. Let's jump to the close spots. So it's loading right now, as you can see here. The RAM going up. And it's a little purple, and you can see here, you can move the mic position around in the room, and you can, with these two dots, you can expand or shrink the stereo field. So they have been sitting here. And now let's deactivate the Decca for now. Command click the block title to purge the whole block and save RAM. Thank you so much. Yeah, honestly, I have not consulted the whole manual yet. And I know that for one thing in the library, I want to quickly have a look at one of Son's videos with the phrase part, because I haven't really got my head around that. But okay, good to know. So let's quickly check that. Command click. All right, command click disables articulations. Thank you so much, Ionia. That helps a lot. So yeah, you can deactivate. I would have been surprised if that would not have been possible. So thanks for the pointer there. So this works. Back to mic positions. So the close obviously sounds more close, but you still have the room kind of in the back of the mic. You can hear that tail still. So that's the close. Then let's bring in the Decca again. And by the way, we have Ken from SONOKINETIC in the chat. That's awesome. Welcome. And yeah, any questions that, and there will be questions for sure in this stream, at least on my end. I'm glad to have SONOKINETIC on board for a little bit. So welcome, Ken, and congratulations on the release, of course. So the deckers. Let's check the stage wide. Again, if we load up all the mic positions, this whole thing gets up to, 4 gigabytes, 5 gigabytes. Let's quickly load the whole thing. Thank God I bought a new SSD on Black Friday. So I got me a new 2 terabyte SSD because I was running out of space with my other 12. Can you imagine that? Holy macaroni. I remember my first system where I think it was 15 gigabytes was already amazing on a drive to have 15 gigabytes available. But there was still in times where we had like, what was it? 512 megabytes of RAM. Well, the first one was actually 8 megabytes and a 384 processor. Yeah, when you drag this little cross in the middle and put them down, then they get silent. And, oh, I disabled the spots. So right now we're listening to the stage mic. Quick question, Ken. I don't know if you have been here already when I mentioned that. Is there a plan for the future? I just explained that I get the concept of having the mod wheel control the dynamics, but if you use like the patches within the same system and come from a legato, for example, and bring it down the mod wheel, and then you switch to short articulations and wanna hit the audience in the face. Obviously, since the mod wheel is down, there is no volume on the shorts. So you always have to keep in mind to bring the volume up. Is there a future plan to enable a velocity-only control for the shorts? Without the mod wheel? I would love to see that, to be able to click, to select, like in the menu here, shorts, velocity instead of dynamics. That would be great. I did get the update. I just installed it. Did I miss anything on there? Then I'm sorry. Was that in the update? Okay, it will be in the next update. Great. Yeah, I just downloaded the Dropbox update today, so I don't know if that's... But it's good to know that it's happening. That's the most important thing. I can work with it for now. So that's the stage sound. Let's quickly check the balcony, which is this one. Just want to bring that down. Look in the settings page. Dynamic range. Is that the dynamic range? Sorry, gotta reset the strings here, the mic mix here. And by the way, you have 5 different positions where you can save different mic mixes. But again, all mics loaded, one single instrument is 7.4 gigabytes. So that's quite hefty with all articulations loaded, obviously. I'll put the dynamic range to 100. Okay, let's check that. Let's quickly go back here and disable these. Let me quickly reload that patch. Start from the get-go. So violins 1, replace. Come on, come on. Maybe I just crashed my system. No, there we go. Okay. So that is just the decker tree, right? So now we go to shorts. the mod wheel is down, okay, then we have silence. So if I go to the settings page and bring the shorts up to 100%, they get even more quiet. So I guess I should rather bring it to 0, right? So there is not any influence of the mod wheel. But there's still a difference. What I would like to see is no mod wheel at all on the shorts. Just if I hit the key quiet, I get the quiet, and if I hit the key loud, I get the loud. So like this, I have to... It's kind of happening when the mod wheel is all the way up. When I hit quiet, I have the quiet, and when I hit loud, I have the loud. So, all right. I know this is going to come in an update. I just want to point that out. I know that other people have no problem with that. It's just my personal workflow. I just don't like to have mod wheel involved with short articulations that have velocity control, or that are easier to play with velocity control. Let's put it like that. So we looked at the mic positions, but we haven't even covered, we have only covered half of the possibilities of the interface for now. So let's jump into a little thing they call runs. And again, the key switch area here, and these three can be triggered by the key switches down here below. So that is A-1, B flat -1, and B -1. A-1 brings you to the play page. B flat -1 brings you to the runs page. And the last one brings you to the phrases. The runs. What is the runs page? Let's quickly read through it. Play and hold a key in the playable area. That's the blue one. Then play another key. A run will play between these notes. You can chain runs by playing legato. The scale will update on the fly when playing chords in the chord area. Speed mode. Absolute, fixed, no value, relative. Fit number of beats. I like that. Speed value, fit in 1 beat. So we look at the articulations more, and we can change the articulation that is used for the runs as well. Wow, there's so much to discover here. Let's go back. Runs. There we go. In the update that is coming, this record regular MIDI will be automatically set to no. I set that manually for now. What that means is that it creates a MIDI file of the run immediately after you play it. Without further ado, let me just hit C3 and C4. That was easy. Let me hit C3 and C4 and then C3 again. Wow. And you can not only do that with hitting C and C, you can go the double the length. And will fit, that was in the settings here, in the run settings. That, by the way, I have no idea how to bring them back. Oh, there we go. So the speed mode is either absolute, so always the same note length, or relative. That means all the notes that are played will fit within the length of the bar or the beats. So if I play from C to F, it will automatically create the length matching to the beat. And then you can also, when you play legato, listen to this. Oh, I played wrong, sorry. If we want to have that in C minor, I go to the yellow key range down here, hit a C minor, and do... This is amazing. Wow. G major. I don't even know what happened. I played the F. And yes, if you activate, if we go back here to play and back to runs, if you activate the record draggable MIDI, so let's keep it on the G major that we just had and do. And immediately after that, you see that draggable MIDI patch, drag it out into your DAW, and you immediately have the run accessible in your DAW. This is awesome. So you can put it on the woodwinds or into the brass. Shall I repeat the price of $199 again? This is crazy right now that you get this amount of features for $199. Is there chromatic runs? I haven't seen it. If we scale major right now. So back here, that is the chord recognition. Oh, I'm on phrases here right now. Runs. I don't think that there's anything other than major runs right now. Or is it? RTFM, dude. Come on. Come on. Where's the documentation? Manual. Product manual. So let's search for runs. Runs mode, page 13. Yeah, you will be greeted with an explanatory screen. Play chords in the yellow area. See list for possible chords. Runs MIDI export, that's fine. Ken just said it will do all sorts. It will do, so it does not do now. Do I get that right? But even if, I mean, you could also change the run type by changing the chords amidst the run. Actually, let me try that. So when we play C to C, why does it say normal minor right now? Does it do augmented? Oh, okay, depending on the chord you choose. So when we, for example, say diminished, octatonic. Okay, there's quite a bunch of different possible runs. Hope all's well. Yeah, all is well. Having fun with the strings here right now. So G minor, G major. G major is here. C suspended second, pentatonic. So we would have to consult the manual for all the different chord combinations. Okay, we can do dominant 7. Okay, yeah, we will need to check the menu for the different chords. But, I mean, you get the functionality. You have all possible runs to choose from. If we go back to C major here. What I don't really know is why it's suddenly using the legato articulation instead of the, oh, sustained straight. So you could say, let me play that with a Marcato short. How does that sound like? Wow. And let's do this with the Spiccato. And instantly draggable. This is really an amazing feature. There we go. That's cool. Okay, we haven't touched the phrases board yet. I will look into that in a little bit. We skip that for now. One thing that I think is of utmost importance, which is one of my favorite things about this library, is the point of continuity. Every articulation, every key switch, everything that I just demonstrated on the violins is the same on all 5 sections, down to the double basses. So if I go to the cellos, celli, whatever you want to call them, they have the same functionality. If I go to the runs mode, same thing. So you can create on the violins, for example. Let's quickly do that. We go to the violins, and let's record a melody in Divisi. Let's do this. Very quick. All right. And also let me put the key switch in the beginning here. So that was C expressive. Oh. Why is it mixed right now? Just a moment, I have to figure out something. I just don't know why suddenly I have 2 key switches at the same time. I know that it's possible. I want to talk about that in a little bit. I just don't know why it happened right now. Okay, now we're back to normal. Okay. So we have to look at the... Yeah, you can stack 2 articulations. I want to talk about that in a little bit. I wasn't there yet. I just didn't know why it stacked unintentional. So if I hit C and then E flat, I get the expressive articulations. Let's get rid of the cello here. So C and E flat. So the C0 selects the first box and the E flat selects the expressive articulation. All right, we can put this immediately to violins 2. Obviously, I turned the volume for the violins 1 up. Let me bring that back to normal, to 0, so we don't have that much of a difference. Okay. So again, first violins. So when you copy that over to this second violins, to the viola, same range. What we haven't talked about yet is another option that you can change is the legato behavior and how it behaves. So let me reload the patch just to make sure I have the new version. Hey, Scambot, by the way. So just loading here. You missed the begging. I don't know that there was begging involved in these streams. I'm begging you all to watch it till the end, because today we have a huge giveaway, which I should mention again, thanks to the very generous folks at SONOKINETIC. All you got to do is head over to this Facebook post, leave your comment below. If you don't win at the end of the stream, you head over here and buy it right away. And let's quickly check where we are at. We are looking at 103 comments. That's cool. Again, I appreciate your input in the chat, how we want to do it. Do we want to do like 2 sardinos first, then the main orchestral strings, and then 1 sardino more? Or all 3 sardinos first and the orchestral strings last? I appreciate any input there. Haven't made up my mind yet about that. So let's quickly check again the violas after we reloaded them. So if we go into the menu, we can configure the legato. Let's quickly check that out. Legato settings. First of all, we can turn legato off. We can have monophonic legato, so you don't trigger the polyphonic or the divisi. Anything faster than 25 milliseconds is considered a chord. So if you raise that number, or let's keep it at 25 for now. I'll keep it very low. With 8 milliseconds, you really have to push all the keys at the same time to get divisi. If there's just a little slab, you will get legato and no divisi. And depending on your playing style, you can adjust this. So if you're a little more sloppy like I am, you can bring that higher and you can still play ba-da. And still get a chord or a divisi. So this is adjustable to your liking. I keep it at the original setting for now. The legato type, you can select the legato manually with these upper keys here. Legato short, legato slur, and legato portamento, or you can auto-select it. And with a note velocity, you set the portamento, the point at which portamento triggers. So right now, anything below 61 velocity will trigger portamento. If I play And then last note, with a low velocity, we get portamento. And then you can assign how much of the transition level you want to hear and how much smear. Smear is how much of the old note hangs over into the new note. So if we turn that completely off, the old note cuts off immediately, then you hear the legato transition, and then you get into the sustain of the new note. Which sounds a little unnatural. On 33, where it was, you get a little smoother transition, and you can put that to the extreme in the other way. But that immediately sounds like the old synthesizer strings that were not really true legato, but just had a long release tail to fake the legato a little bit. So I would keep it at around the, maybe a little more than we had, maybe 40%. That sounds pretty good to me. And you can adjust that on the fly if you play something faster. So right now it's assigned to CC3. Pardon. And you can assign it to anything you want by dragging the number. Let's keep that at CC3 for now. And then you can adjust the transition level. So how much of the legato transition you hear. So when we bring that all the way up, obviously that's too much. But that also could be a desired effect to hear it that prominent. And luckily you can also CC control that. So if you need to have these transitions pop out, you can MIDI learn it, CC9, draw a curve, bring them up, and then bring them down again. 27 is a little less. I would keep it at around halfway. A little more smear. I think that sounds pretty good. And yeah, you can adjust it to your liking and can tweak it until you get the tone that you truly like about the legatos. Last but not least, for this instrument, yeah, we had the Divisi auto. And let's just move that an octave down. Sounds absolutely stellar. Let's check that on the cello. And I think I need to reload the cello as well because that's still the old patch. I just installed the update before the stream that you guys don't have yet. I got the update for the stream, and there will be an update in the following days that makes all these functions available. I just see that we haven't talked about the dynamics box, so we skipped that in the beginning. So let's quickly talk about that. You have different dynamics options. So with I just hit two keys at the same time again. I apologize. So go back to expressive. With the dynamic box activated, you can select how you want the dynamics to behave. Modware is the first setting, which obviously lets you control the dynamics with a mod wheel, like you know from pretty much any other string library out there as well. You can widen or lessen the dynamic range. So if you bring that all the way up to 100%, it goes from very loud to very quiet. Versus when you put it down close to 0, it shrinks the dynamic range. And 50% is, I think I remember Son saying that in his videos, that 50% is kind of the natural dynamic range that they recorded. Sam, comparing to the... First of all, there aren't that many true Divisi libraries out there. I know of just quite a few, to be honest. Not counting into VSL. So LAS, obviously, so LA Studio scoring strings is the first thing that comes to mind because they were the first to offer a true Divisi library. The major difference is that LA's scoring strings is recorded on a very, very dry stage and has only one mic positions. This one has been recorded in a hall and gives you that really, really good hall in Slin, where it has been recorded in the Czech Republic. And that is the major difference there. So yeah, if you need more, if you want them to go quieter on the lowest velocities, mod wheel settings, then you just turn up the dynamic range. Let's keep that at 50 again for now. Control click, by the way, sets it back to its original value. So back to the dynamics. We have mod wheel. The next one is Crescendo, and you can see here you can have that for a beat or for for a bar or for 2 bars. That is an auto crescendo. Where you don't need to do anything on the mod wheel. I don't think that there's much difference in doing that manually. Or having that automated. But it's a nice to have. Then we have crescendo diminuendo. So you can see in the graphics for the mod wheel what it's doing. And we have a sforzando crescendo. And a forte piano. It's fine that it's there. For my personal workflow, it's more like I do that manually with a mod wheel. I'm just so used to it. I don't really need these dynamic possibilities, but in case you want to try them out, they're there. Yeah, exactly, Ken. As you say, it provides a bit of movement with 0 effort. My workflow involves putting in a little effort to do that the way I do the mod wheel. But it's just personal preference. I love that it's there for people who like to use it. So this is amazing. Then we are at the cello. Let's quickly hear the example that we did there, that poly legato. Okay, then we come to a thing that I haven't talked about yet, just accidentally. You can blend between different articulations. So the key switch system is set up in a way that it can hit two key switches at the same time. So for example, I hit C0 and now I hit C sharp and D sharp at the same time. And now I have two key switches activated here: straight, non-vibrato, and expressive vibrato. And with CC11, I can blend between these two. So now I have the possibility to fade from vibrato to non-vibrato, or the other way around. Or I could fade from Soltasto to normal sustain. Or even more interesting, I could, wait a second, G is there. So I could do from expressive to tremolo, if I hit both, like this. This is amazing! Holy hell! So if I go back to the tremolo and put that on sul penticello and bring the expressive in again, I can... Technically, that's not really possible in nature. But I can blend from normal sustain to sul ponticello. Or even from Soltasto to Harmonics. What does that sound like? Oh, I'm out of range. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't really make much sense to blend from Soltasto to Harmonics. And also there seems to be a bug. It doesn't really work. It stops the other articulation. So, but yeah, expressive to sul ponticello should work. Yes, you can, obviously you can go from major trill to minor trill, of course. Just hitting the two. That's actually really great. And you can blend, yeah, right. Let's do this. Between expressive and minor trill. So this is an amazing system. Pitch to Bartok, let's try that. Sure, why not? Pizzicato to Bartok. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Really, really good. The last thing that we need to cover is obviously we have, let's quickly do that. Let's load the mix position, because we have not checked this yet. We have all the mic position versions. So the mix does not have mic positions available. It's just one mic position, one mixed position. So let's see what the cellos sound like mixed. And it gives you the same RAM footprint with a different sound, of course. And by the way, I haven't mentioned that yet, but this library also reacts really, really good to reverb. It sounds amazing. I have the cinematic rooms here right now. Let's quickly open that up. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, so the mix is a mix of all 4 mic positions. So we have the large hall, 3 seconds. That's quite extensive. For example, here, I feel that the legato is a little bumpy, so I can up the smear a little bit and give a little bit more transition level. If I hadn't been sent this library from SONOKINETIC for showcasing it, obviously, the fact that you have that slurred transition on the shorts is what immediately sold me on the sound. I said that in the beginning. So when you play these fast spiccato lines, sounds good already. Let's turn the reverb off quickly. If you activate the sustain pedal, you have these slurred transitions. And they sound absolutely gorgeous. And last but not least, the cello, the double basses are an octave apart. So you have the same key switch system for these instruments. So when you play the staccatos on both, you get an octave patch. Yeah, we will do a little composing in a little bit, for sure. And the last thing that I need to talk about, and technically what I want to do for that is watch Son's video again. The phrases. So the phrases tab is like DAW Inception. This is a DAW in a contact instrument sitting in a DAW. Kind of. So this is its own sequencer. And let's load a short patch here. Oh, what did I do? No. Okay. What am I doing here? Oh, the playable range is down there, that's why. Okay, so back to the phrases. I'm not really sure why I cannot play now in the array, because there's a chords. Play range is here now. So let's record quickly. Okay, so now I played something and it was recorded into this little pattern. It will analyze what I played. So flat major, nearly. It's rather G minor. So scale is chord. So when I play a G minor, it plays the phrase as a G minor phrase that I just played. If I play F minor, and this is where I'm a little lost and don't really understand why it's playing the way it is playing. Now I'm in F. So I would have to watch Son's video on that again. How the phrases are transposed with different. Let's reset this. Let's load the Jelly Mix again. You play chords to play it. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I think I need to start with a single line to get a better grasp of the concept and not chords. So let's record something. Let's go back here. Okay, phrases. Record. Okay, so now we have this. When I play a G minor in the yellow range down here, it plays the phrase that I just played. So if I play E flat major, it changed in the ending there. Grizzly, I'm pretty sure you can also delete. And you have different phrases, phrase slots available here. By the way, I didn't even see that. This phrase, number of harmony notes, none. Offset this phrase. So first of all, what you can do is once you are done with the phrase that you played in, you can save that. Store phrase in this spot. Right. Can I name it? My phrase. Okay. Right. So when I now I have no idea how this just happened. Why am I suddenly in chords? I just played single notes into the phrase. Why? Maybe something I changed in the settings here? Oh, number of harmony notes. Okay, let's add 3. Oh, got it. Wow! Starting to grab the concept. Hey. Okay, now it starts to make sense. The question was, can I reset a phrase? Or just use the next one? Okay, let's use the next one. Okay. I want to start with a simple one. So now on this, on the first one, now we have this. Now let's add harmony, playback speed double time. And now we can play whatever chords we want and have immediate 16th notes chords. There was a mistake there. I think it just didn't record one of the... Oops. Graphic issue. There we go. Okay, let's bring that back to 1. Close settings. Okay, I think I just found a bug. If I set this to double time, it's missing outer notes. Maybe they are too short. Okay, let's quickly read that. If you edit the current displayed version of this phrase, you will render all modifications to this preset. These include harmonization, quantization, and bass key. You can also opt to edit the unmodified vanilla phrase. Edit vanilla, edit and render modifications. And now... I'm lost a little bit here. Why is there... What did I do? I broke it. Okay, this doesn't really work. I'm not sure how this works. I have to watch videos on that. You can change articulations as the phrase progresses. I think that... Well, I could see a use for that. I changed the phrase key switch. I kind of messed it up. But still... I could totally see the usage for that. And the greatest thing about it is that it's MIDI based, so it's not recorded phrases. You can change it to anything you want. And I could imagine like building a portfolio of stuff that you always use, rhythms, for example. And you can, as far as I understood, you can also load MIDI files, but only once you have saved them, right? So I don't want to spend too much time on that. I need to refer to the manual and watch some more of SONOKINETIC's own videos on this. For first hands-on, this is pretty intimidating and pretty... I can see the idea of the concept, you can bring in the MIDI from other SONOKINETIC phrase instruments. Okay, that is awesome. So you can, for example, from Maximo, some superhero rhythms, da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum, and stuff like that. So I could imagine building a MIDI phrase library that you can immediately use in whatever key you're working in, because you can just adjust it. That's pretty awesome. I want to do a new phrase again here. I want to check that again. Okay, so this is straight eighth notes, nothing major happening here. So quantized grid, eighth notes. Okay. This is sitting on this key switch here right now. Now I go to D minor and now I say I want to have that with 3 harmony notes. So now I have the possibility to play 8th note pattern with different chords. Nobody's sure why it's jumping around so much. Might be because of the recorded note. D root. The thing is, I get the concept, kind of, I guess, a little. You can change the rules so that it conforms to. Yeah, I was just trying to figure that out a little. Tonality. Let's set that to the root again. So then we save that as a MIDI file, for example, save, and then we can recall it later down the line. So we do plus, name it my phrase 2. What is happening here? I'm really sure. Again, this is some stuff where you need to RTFM. There's no way around it. It's very complex at first. I think when you spend some time with it, I can see a usage point in building like a MIDI library for certain stuff. On the other hand, if I think about like building the phrases and stuff like that, when I go into play mode and just do this, I think I am personally just faster with DAW work style, not with a DAW in a VST instrument in a DAW work style. But your mileage may vary. I will definitely give it some more thought and tinkering. But for now, I'll be honest, it's a little intimidating for me. The runs mode is absolutely mind-blowing. I love that. By the way, you can not only do it within the octave range, you can do any range pretty much. And will always fit the beat. Look, Mom, no hands. So this is really, really good. I'm kind of in the process. I think I want to change it up a little bit. So I want to do just the instrument walkthrough and the giveaway for now. And I think I will start a second stream where I actually want to write a little bit with it. But I need like a 20-minute break in between. I don't want to do a 20-minute pause after the stream or during the stream. So if you're interested in watching some writing with it, you're free to join afterwards. But I will get this stream and this look on to an end. Nearly. We are not there yet. First of all, let me repeat the giveaway. All you got to do today is leave a comment underneath the Facebook post, because we haven't even touched the Sordino strings yet. So let's get back to that quickly and check these out. I want to start, want to go to the violins again. Sordino strings are kind of an add-on to the regular strings with less articulations, but with the same sampling depth. So still true Divisi, 4 mic positions, nearly 30 gigabytes of disk space that they utilize. So it's not like it's a little add-on. This is a full-blown major string library on its own, just in Sordino. So this is what this interface looks like. And as you can see, we have a bunch less articulations. We have straight non-vib, straight vib, or sustained vib, and staccatos. Sounds like this. We have no vibrato. And again, you can fade these two. And then we have staccato. And we get the same slurred legato on the shorts, with the mod way down. And also, we have the Divisi sections. Let's quickly check these out for the shorts. That is just B. That's just A, and that's A and B. Back to the straight expressive. Thanks, Halvala. Again, on this, I would bring the legato, the smear a little up, and the transition level a little up as well. When we play that, for example, with a regular sustained second violin together, Well, obviously the regular patches offer Spiccato as well, which the Sardinos don't have. But this is pretty cool. So full-blown Sardino string library. 3 of these will be given away tonight, and 1 of the major main string library. Thanks SONOKINETIC for providing these giveaway copies. And I would jump into that again. I want to do a dedicated writing session with these strings. Maybe I start that after the stream, or possibly a little later. But there will be like a half an hour break in between where I will finish the other stream. So what can I say? All in all, I personally think if you grab it in the next 2 days for 199 euros, it's absolutely mind-blowing to get a full-blown string library this cheap. It's actually criminal to get it this cheap. 199 is an amazing price, give or take with a VAT on top. Sustain patch I could possibly see without the mix, without the mic positions. So that might be a feasible way. I would love to have this sound as a sustain patch, a full ensemble patch for sure. So I'm sure that the SONOKINETIC heads will be smoking on that in the next couple of weeks and month for an update to make that possible, because the sound is gorgeous. So my take on it, the sound is gorgeous. I love some of the functionality. They really thought about how can we take it further? How can we do more instead of just another string library out there? The runs mode is incredible. The media export function is incredible. You can the workflow enhancement is so fast, and we will see that in a dedicated writing session, I guess. To get more. Well, by the way, Ken, I think that you don't need all articulations in a ensemble patch. Ensemble patch will be totally fine with say sustains, tremolo, and shorts. That's totally fine. I don't think that you need any other articulations for an ensemble patch, or do different ensemble patch with dedicated articulations. So I don't think that you need an ensemble patch with all the articulations available. That doesn't really make sense to me. Sustains, VIP, non-VIP, maybe staccato, spiccato, and tremolo. That is what I would see in an ensemble patch. And I don't need mics. Just do a mix position and call it a day. So, verdict. There's no excuse not to get it. And it even doesn't matter how many string libraries you already have. I'm a little biased in terms of this string sound gets extremely close to what you hear from Two Steps from Hell and Thomas Bergerson, because they record there, the same hall, with possibly the same players. And I love the sound. I have gotten used so much to that sound of the strings that it's my personal favorite string sound, and this will be a staple in my template in the future for strings. Give that a little cinematic rooms. One thing that I also have to mention, if you have followed the release, especially on VI Control, SONOKINETIC, and Ken, congratulations on that, is also a company that really, really closely listens to the feedback from the users. So if some of the things that already come out in the upcoming update have been based on feedback. So really, if you have suggestions, use the support system or the threads that are available out there, like VI Control, for example. They really listen and they really think about, is that a feature that more people request or require? So congrats on that. This is awesome to have that support. And like Ken just mentioned in the chat, this library is ongoing, evolving regularly, and will have tons of updates in the future. So this, I love this project from the bottom of my heart. Even they sent the library to me, of course, for free or for showcasing it, so I didn't pay for it. But I would have paid for it if I were to buy it, because I just love the sound. And yeah, obviously, a lot of people always say, yeah, biased and get it for free, and you always say good things. No, I don't. I truly believe that this is an awesome product. Simple as that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous sound, gorgeous functionality. Not really much to add there. I haven't even looked into the track delay. I guess there is a little track delay necessary. Let's quickly check that since we're talking about that. Let's load the shorts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just quickly playing something in. It looks like there's a bit of track delay because I immediately played before the beat here. But I also, yeah, no, I have delay compensation activated. So let's put it on to, that was 8th note. 8th notes. That's a little behind, so probably around 30, maybe 40. Ah, 40. So yeah, around 40 milliseconds for the shorts. Since we're on it, let's check the legatos as well. Let's do this. Bring that back to 0. 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really make sense to hard quantize that, but I'm gonna do that for the sake of argument. And just hard quantize that to the grid and see how much it's behind. Let's quickly set this to legato vibrato. That was a hiccup. Okay, obviously, I mean, you hear that there's a delay for sure. And I guess there's more delay to the... portamento or to the... What's that called? There's to the portamento, then to the short and slurred legato. I haven't consulted the manual to see if there's actually information about the track delay, but I would suggest let's start with the same 40 that we did on the shorts. That would make it the easiest. Now, but that sounds more like 100, 120. Let's start with 100. And obviously, I would need to move the first note a little back, otherwise it starts too early. That sounds pretty much on point. And again, the shorts might be a little early now. Did I not put my key switch down here? No, I did not. So now we have the spiccatos. Yeah, now they're obviously way too early, and I need to raise the mod wheel to have them loud. I would always, in my workflow, and my system is always to separate shorts and longs anyway. So I would have the shorts on a different channel and could do the -40, and then have the longs on another channel and do the -100, which makes them pretty snappy on the grid. Let's quickly do octaved version of the same thing. Move that down an octave on the violas. Here we go. And put these to -100 as well. And we can jump into Divisi by going I don't know how that sounds. So that works. And you could easily copy that to the other section and will immediately sound the same because they use the same key switches and volume curves, etc. This is something that I truly, truly admire about this library. Consistency. I don't need to worry, is that articulation available in the double basses, or is it just in the cello, or do the violins have something else that the cello don't have? No, nothing like that. Everything is straightforward. Everything that you have in the violins, you have in the basses as well, in the cello, in the violas. This is great. So, with that being said, I want to close this overview of the instrument. I think you got a pretty good impression of what is inside and what is included. And again, there's also a myriad of videos available on the SONOKINETIC website where you can check out, like, look at this. Maybe take a good look at the phrases video. I would suggest that. And also listen to some of these demos, some of these writers. Even Torrent is back. He is coming back with a new album, I just heard. Can't wait for that. Some of these demo tracks are just amazing and really showcase what this library can do. So give that a listen if you can. Take a moment. 2.5 days left to get the library for $199. And without further ado, let's switch the screen quickly here. I just want to activate a little bit of background music. So we have a little music. Nice. And that means we are going into the area of giveaways. What are we looking at? We are currently looking at 133 comments. That's pretty good, but since we have 4 giveaways today, that even means the chances are way higher to win something. So, last call, all you gotta do is jump onto this Facebook post, and I just posted it in the chat, and leave a comment, and then we are going to randomly draw the winners. And I agree with, I think most of you wrote, let's do Sordinos, Sordinos, the mains, and then Sordinos again. And I agree with that. I think that's a fair draw. And yeah, good chances to grab something today. I mean, it's Christmas, so I can only say again, thanks SONOKINETIC for providing these giveaway copies. You guys are awesome. And I mean, did you realize that they did 1,500 copies for free during their Christmas, 12 days of Christmas? That was gone like in 22 minutes. That's amazing. Also check out the other SONOKINETIC libraries. I actually just got Indie, and I never realized how good that is. So yes, Cade, 4 winners today, which is awesome. And I haven't drank anything. I didn't drink anything in a while. That's the way to put it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, right. Cheers, SONOKINETICS. Absolutely amazing, brilliant library. So let's start. 134. One. Ein zu spät, Komma. One late to the party. Thanks, Christian. Thanks for your efforts. Well, it's not that much of an effort. It's fun to explore that with you guys, and I appreciate you tuning in and looking into that. I actually wanted to do like a rundown of what this year was in terms of so what giveaways we did and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I try to come up with a end of year review, YouTube rewind just for the CTO. In case you're interested, you find the link below the video description. My production music course is on 30% off sale till the end of the year. So if you want to have a look at that, same applies to the online shop. Good news for the Nucleus. Sorry to mention another developer here, but the Nucleus template from the shop is close to finish. So I know I said that last stream as well, but now it's true. It was true last time as well. So the 1.2 Nucleus update is coming in the next couple of days. It's coming before Christmas. This I can promise, at least for Cubase. Working on the Studio One version right now. Gonna bring some nice improvements, and we'll work with the 1.2 update. I'm drifting off. 135. I think that's a good number to start. So let's go. The first winner for SONOKINETIC Sordino strings will be, drum roll please, the winner is Oleg Semenov. Congratulations, Oleg. This SONOKINETIC Sordino strings is yours. We have another one. So, Sordino strings numero dos, number 2, are going to... You guys ready? It's so quiet in the chat. Can you please congratulate Oleg? You won a library. So the next one, Sordino strings, go to... Who's going to be the winner? Ah! Gas Keenan. Congratulations, Gas. That library is yours. I need some more uplifting background music. Please do the next one. Here we go. Okay. So, we get to the main draw. We are picking another winner for the main string library. The winner for the main strings. Have we any more commenters? No, it stays on 135. That's fine. 3, 2, 1. The main strings go to Christian Holston. Congratulations, you are the winner of the full SONOKINETIC Orchestral Divisi strings. Well done, well done. Terry, any good to mention I was 60 yesterday. Well, thank God I have no influence whatsoever on who gets chosen. This is random. That's why it's called Common Picker. It picks it for me. And the last giveaway, again, the Sordino strings. Thanks again to SONOKINETIC for that generous gift. We truly, truly appreciate it. And anyone who didn't win today, head over to the website and buy it. There's no excuse to not do it, because it's just too good. And the Sordino strings, by the way, are also on Christmas sale. I think there's around 70 euros. But here's the link to the strings again. So, last but not least, the third package of Sordino strings. The winner is... Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Winner is... Kevin Perry. Congratulations, Kevin. The Sordino strings are yours. I think that's it. We're done. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in today, guys and girls, of course. I have one more stream coming this year that I cannot announce yet, which also will feature a major giveaway. Very excited about this one. You don't want to miss it. So I will tell you soon. But yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks, Ken, for providing some feedback in the chat. That was really, really helpful. Give SONOKINETIC's video channel a like, subscribe, give their Facebook page a like, follow their social media. It's absolutely brilliant stuff that they provide. So, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.